This next contest is the tag team match scheduled for one fall.
Oh, it's your buddy.
Yay!
Introducing team number one, underweight in the ring, at a combined weight of 413 pounds, Pro Wrestling's All-Star, Ganon Jones Jr., and the Heir Apparent, Chris LeRusso.
Little extra swagger in LeRusso's step based on his instrumental involvement in Ron Mathis defeating Ricky Shane Page. Never thought I'd see Chris LeRusso wield a bundle of light tubes. By God, it happened here tonight. And with Pro Wrestling's All-Star Ganon Jones Jr. by his side, LeRusso is even more dangerous than if he had a weapon in his hand right now.
Well, it's one for the compadres, if you will, for LeRusso, Ganon Jones Jr. and Ron Mathis. Maybe we'll have a clean sweep. Wouldn't that be great? I mean, the more LeRusso wins, the happier he is, the happier I am as well. And
Why does that make you happy?
Because he's a friend, he's a compadre, he's an amigo.
Stop trying to speak Spanish. You're not good at it.
La escuela es queso. Forget hitting that button on the thing. I can do the Spanish commentary.
I'm not going to ask you to do the Japanese commentary about the suplex shogun, Jackson Stone. LeRusso and Ganon have targeted Jackson Stone as kind of an example they've been trying to make to showcase they've been overlooked, to kind of flex their muscle, so to speak. Stone beat LeRusso in his debut and also overcame Ganon Jones Jr. not too long ago. And Jackson's brought some backup, and he's getting in the spirit as well. Maggie May, if you will, Magnum CK.
And his tag team partner from Venice Beach, Ohio, weighing in at 275 pounds, Magnum.
Here we go now. Stone and Magnum CK, Chris Khan, are unloading on Ganon and LeRusso as this tag team matchup starts. Jackson and CK don't have a lot in common on the surface. Jackson suplex shogun, Magnum CK, something out of the 1980s with Zubaz in his fanny pack. But man, they neither one of them like the mouth of Chris LeRusso and Ganon Jones Jr., which more often than not gets LeRusso in trouble, like here.
Well, I think he's got the mouth is fine, but where's Venice Beach, Ohio?
Well, Ohio has some lovely beaches. Nice suplex. Where do you think you got that tan?
You know, I must have missed that on the drive in. Normally I'm not paying attention when the driver drives me through. I just like to pull on by and laugh at the poor people.
Well, you take the off-roads because you avoid the tolls because you're cheap.
I still get here. It just takes the driver about 45 extra minutes.
Well, I don't think it'll take 45 minutes for Stone and Magnum CK to impose their will on LeRusso and Ganon Jones Jr. You know, Ganon will be part of that tag team tournament next month with his tag team partner in many circles outside of Premier, because LeRusso will be busy contesting for the Premier Championship against either Andrew Palace or J-Rock. What do you know about Ganon's other tag team partner? They're called Locked and Loaded. It's Ganon and Duke Davis. I understand Duke is even bigger than Ganon.
Well, yeah, you've got a guy who's 6'4" to 6'5", and you got a guy that tips it at about 6'6", and both of them are athletic. Both of them can fly. Both of them have power. They're really, I would say, in my personal opinion, you could, if you're putting money down, you could put it on them. They're no stranger to tag team competition. They're no stranger to tag team championships.
Oh, Ganon got outsmarted. CK's about 6'5" or 6'6" in his own right, and he just suckered Ganon Jones Jr. in. And it's not often that you see that happen, but CK loves to play those mind games.
Joe, I've got a scenario for you. Now I want you to close your eyes and picture this. Let's say at the end of the night of an event, we've got Chris LeRusso as the Premier Champion and the Premier Championship Wrestling Tag Team titles unlocked and loaded, all in the same camp. Imagine how great that would be. Just picture.
Hard slam, nicely done. It certainly is a visual. one that you seem on board with, as Jackson with the splash cover, 2 count only.
It'd be like an early Christmas present.
Jackson and Ganon have had their battles recently. Very evenly matched contests as well. Ganon a bit more agile than Jackson. Jackson maybe a bit more powerful. A CK tag back in. CK kind of the wild card here. CK had some of his rookie matches practically in this building back in the old Cleveland All-Pro era in 2006 and 7. Teamed with the young Zach Vincent back then, but you were a long cry from Zach Vincent when you're talking about a big boot from Ganon Jones Jr.
Where do you...
Cover. 2 count only.
Where do you get that zebra print in the year 2017?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe frequent some yard sales, some flea markets. Somebody's always trying to dig out their own zebra print trunks out of their basement.
Well, you know, if JT Southern was selling his gear at a garage show, I guess that would be where that came from. What a reference by me, JT Southern in the year 2017.
LeRusso back in CK into the corner. LeRusso, those proficient martial arts skills. LeRusso's thought that this company was overlooking him ever since really his first loss in this company back in the month of September. Do you think it's finally going to shut him up? That he'll get an opportunity, whoever the premier champion is next month?
Well, I think it's only fair, you know.
As Ganon took a cheap shot at Jackson Stone to check out the double team.
I think that Premier Championship Wrestling has overlooked Chris LeRusso, and I blame management personally.
Excuse me?
You're excused.
Oh.
Not you, other people.
I see.
In the office.
So the guys above me that sign your checks.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I should talk to them for a raise.
Ganon with a drop kick, nicely done. There's a cover, 2 count.
I'm worth at least 4% more, but be that as it may.
Check out this innovative tag.
So now that's the advantage of being 6'5" or so, is you can be in the middle of the ring and still reach your partner if need be.
Cannot argue there.
I know, I made a good point. I make a lot of those.
I'll make a note of that. And LeRusso has the headband that CK came out with.
See, LeRusso real has a real command of the martial arts, if you will. We mentioned earlier Lee Moriarty. It's like Bruce Lee and Bruce Lee.
Oh. What?
It's like he's Mr. Miyagi. When I think of the Mr. Miyagi of professional wrestling, I think Chris LeRusso.
You're sick.
And it's going to be wax on and wax off for Magnum CK.
I don't understand you anymore. Check this out. Huge spine buster. Shade to double A. And Jackson Stone once in. Jackson's got a wave of momentum. He was only I believe the second, or I should say third man to pin Ganon Jones Jr. In the year plus Ganon's been here. He's been practically unbeatable. But Jackson Stone stunted a lot of that momentum. Here comes Ganon. Here comes Jackson. And the right hands are going to get even heavier. Just barreling over Pro Wrestling's All-Star.
Well, there's going to be clubbering for sure with the powerhouses we have in there right now.
Right, gets the boot up, but Jackson catches. There's one of these suplexes. Oh, into a power slam. Nicely done. Ganon's about 260 pounds or so. Takes a lot of effort to get underneath Ganon and elevate him overhead. Did LeRusso make a tag?
I think he did, but I don't think Jackson Stone saw it.
Oh, drop kick and Stone. Hit awkward. Here comes Magnum CK, low bridge, 6'5" to the floor.
Well, he's a smart man's wrestler, is Chris LeRusso.
Proud of himself, ain't he?
Oh, wait, here, Joe, it's time to clap.
What is LeRusso doing? Something he shouldn't be, that's what I thought. Ow! Good night.
Well, he may have been a little too big for his britches there. Maybe should have thought that one out a little bit more.
I think CK was too big for LeRusso's britches. LeRusso never got the head of steam that he needed.
I don't think CK would fit in LeRusso's britches at all.
Moving on, Jackson Stone and LeRusso. Wait a minute, look at Ganon! Ganon Jones Jr. throwing caution to the wind. He wants some momentum leading into that tag tournament, doesn't he?
Well, guys that are 6'5" don't normally fly through the air like that, Joe. You know, it's almost, to use a football reference, you don't see linebackers running routes and catching passes. You don't really see pitchers hitting home runs. You don't really see big guys in professional wrestling taking chances like that. But Ganon Jones Jr. has no problem doing just that.
Where's Jackson going? Oh, God, Jackson is barreled over LeRusso, and I think by proxy, his own partner. This is physical. Ganon is feigning injury, but really stalking Magnum CK. You can see him there. Magnum is none the wiser, as he may be going up top for a 275-pound elbow.
And, you know, I really got to blame Jackson Stone on that for barreling over. Uh-oh.
Oh, and Jackson caught Ganon, and CK drilled LeRusso. But CK took something out of himself.
Well, the momentum turned CK the wrong direction.
Ouch. Hard shot between the eyes. Double clothesline missed. And it's LeRusso again in the double team.
What's a smart move? Isolate one of the men and just take it to the guy who's still in there.
A double choke slam. I bet that was more Ganon than it was LeRusso, but either way, it was all impact. That'll do it. No.
Well, Ganon had his back turned. He thought that was 3. He thought it was over.
Well, LeRusso, the legal man, keep in mind. He had made that blind tag, and now he's instructing Ganon to look for something. Certainly LeRusso and Ganon been together longer, obviously, compared to CK and Jackson. Here comes that chair. We saw that chair utilized. Ganon used it on Jackson Stone. It wasn't the same chair, but a chair just like it, to cost Jackson a match with LeRusso. Ganon tried to use it in his matchup with Jackson. Jackson pounced the chair right into Ganon's face. And here we go again!
Now that should be a clear disqualification, the use of the chair by Jackson Stone. Joe, you're the boss around here. Go down and ring the bell.
A, the referee's decision is final. B, Jackson Stone now on top of the cover, but he's not legal. LeRusso just went downstairs on CK.
Well,
for the second time, the chair has been instrumental in the Jackson Stone-Ganon matchup. Went for a swing and a duck. LeRusso taking advantage. I think Jackson may have been a little loopy from the contact he made with that chair. And that allows LeRusso to hit an air raid crash. And no! Stone still kicks out, but Jackson and Ganon collided with such ferocity, I'm not sure Jackson got his bearings about him, and LeRusso is going to pin Jackson Stone on the way to his championship match.
Here are your winners, the team of Ganon Jones Jr. and Chris LeRusso.
We got to give it to both of these individuals. We know what could be down the line for each of those men. And right now, Joe, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, you're looking at the two guys that I'd put my money on, no matter what they're doing.
The body language of Jackson Stone and Magnum CK tell the story. The low blow to CK, the chair involvement from Ganon that knocked Jackson loopy. There will be another day for this rivalry, but championships abound potentially for LeRusso and Ganon next month at War of Attrition. Premier Championship, Tag Championship in their sights.